January 21st, 2018. A day that, when this video comes out, hasn't happened yet, but it's a date that will be remembered as the day that the very first Ultimate Football League champion was decided. On a brutally cold Philadelphia day. And that game is about to be decided now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the 2017 UFL Titlegame. It is a brutally cold 33 degrees outside, clear. That's a perfect temperature for a playoff championship football game between two teams that easily can handle the cold too. We start off the season as the inaugural season. We had a lot of incredible successes and failures throughout the league. 32 teams competed. In the end, only 12 of them, of course, made it to the playoffs. And then whittled down to 8. Then it was whittled down to 4. And now, just 2 left. And we're getting ready for them to go out there on the field to slug it out to decide who will be the first ever champion. So, let's introduce the teams, starting with the visitors. Representing the Eastern Conference at 12-4 with the second seed in the playoffs and the winner of the Eastern Midwest Division. They had an up and down year with a solid, good defense and a solid offense. They beat the Miami Zombies 34-24 in the divisional round, and then beat the Tampa Bay Cyclones, the number 1 seed, 24-21 in Tampa Bay, who had the number 1 record throughout the league. Please welcome the Eastern Conference champion, the Minnesota Tundra. And here come the Minnesota Tundra onto the field to a chorus of boos as this Philadelphia crowd is going nuts getting ready for this game. This team fought hard all year long. They pretty much single-handedly won the Eastern Midwest, although St. Louis gave one hell of a run at the end. So now that they're on the field, let's go introduce the home team. Representing the Western Conference at 13-3 with the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. They had one of the most explosive offenses in the league and had the number 1 offense in the league until like the final few weeks, with a good defense too that can get pressure when needed to. They beat the 4th seeded Columbia Marines 24-13 in the divisional round, and then beat the 6th seeded Denver Talons 24-6 in the conference championship. Please welcome the Western Conference champion, the Philadelphia Pythons. And here come the Philadelphia Pythons onto the field to a loud, thunderous cheer. No surprises, they won the home game this year, thankfully, because Tampa Bay blew it in the conference championship game last week. As we're getting ready to go for the 2017 UFL Titlegame. We are getting ready to crown the very first champion. I am looking forward to this. Let's get to the game. And just like I did for the PFA Bowl 1, I'm going to do a play-by-play recap of what happened. It's going to be much more detailed than the playoff games were for the UFL season. So, let's get this game underway. Who will win the first title? The Minnesota Tundra or the Philadelphia Pythons? So, Minnesota will get the ball starting off, going up against this rambunctious Philadelphia fans. On offense, they were the 16th highest scoring team in the league, so middle of the pack. They had the 19th most yards. They had the 5th best rushing offense in the league, though, averaging almost 130 yards a game, so they better use that a lot. But they had the 29th worst passing offense in the league, so they can run, but they really cannot pass whatsoever. And they're going to need that running game as badly as possible, as they're going to have to go up against the Philadelphia defense that's ranked number 2 in the league in points allowed, 9th best in yards allowed. However, their weakness is their run defense. They are 17th place, so if Minnesota's going to want to win, they have to run the ball as much as possible and waste enough time to keep that Philadelphia offense on the sideline. And they have the 7th best pass defense in the league. So this is going to be a hard-fought game. So let's get it underway. So Minnesota got the ball back, and they returned the kickoff 30 yards to set them up at their 34-yard line. As they got to the line, the Philadelphia Pythons fans going nuts. On 1st and 10, they went for a pass that was incomplete. Then on 2nd 10, they went for another pass that completed for 6 yards to sum up at their 40-yard line. And on 3rd and 4, they went for a run that went for 3 yards. So it's up a 4th and 1. And at their 43-yard line, and Minnesota decided to take the risk and go for it on 4th and 1 with 1 more yard to gain. They went for the run, but Philadelphia's defense stopped them and made a turnover on downs. So Philadelphia already has the ball at their 47-yard line with just 13:18 remaining in the first quarter. So on Philadelphia's first drive, started at their 47-yard line. They went for a pass. However, thanks to a tripping penalty that they did, they had to set them up 1st and 20 at their 47-yard line. So on 1st and 20, they went for a run that gained 10 yards, getting back into Minnesota territory. On 2nd 10 at the Minnesota 43, they went back to pass, but their quarterback took a 9-yard sack to push them back 9 yards back in their territory. So on 3rd and 19 at the Philadelphia 48-yard line, they went for a pass that was completed, but only for 11 yards to sum up at 4th and 8 at the Philadelphia 41-yard line. They then went to punt the ball, and Minnesota are now starting off at their 20-yard line with just 10:59 remaining in the first quarter. On 1st and 10, Minnesota went for a pass that was completed for 4 yards. On 2nd 6 at their 24, they went for a pass, but their quarterback took an 8-yard sack to push them back to their 16-yard line. On 3rd and 14 from their 16, they went for a pass that completed for 5 yards. So on 4th and 9, they punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who returned it 13 yards to sum up at their 48-yard line with 8:54 remaining in the first. Man, so far it's been a defensive struggle in this game, and Minnesota is not doing a smart idea of running the ball like they should. But anyways, 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 48-yard line. Philadelphia went for a pass, and it completed for 4 yards to get them into Minnesota territory again. On 2nd 6 at their Minnesota 48, they ran the ball for 7 yards to convert the first down. However, on the next play, Minnesota had a penalty offsides to give Philadelphia 1st and 5 at the Minnesota 36. So on 1st and 5, they went for a run that gained 2 yards. On 2nd 3 at the 34, they went for a run again that went for 5 yards to get a first down. And on 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 29, they went for a run that went for 1 yard. On 2nd 9 at the 28, they went for a pass that was incomplete. And on 3rd and 9 at the 28, they went for a pass that completed for 6 yards to set them up 4th and 3 at the Minnesota 22-yard line. They decided to go for a 39-yard field goal, and it was good as Philadelphia gets the first points in the title game and the lead 3-0 as we have 5:23 remaining in the first quarter. So it took 4 drives to get our first points on the game. So Philadelphia kicked the ball up to Minnesota, who returned it 15 yards to set them up at their 18-yard line. However, the next play, due to the thunderous crowd of Philadelphia, Minnesota suffered a delay of game penalty, and of course set them up 1st and 15 at their 13-yard line. So on 1st and 15, they went for a run that gained 5 yards. On 2nd 10 at the 18, they went for a pass that completed for 5 yards. On 3rd and 5 at their 23, they went for a pass that completed for 3 yards. Sum up 4th and 2 at their 26-yard line. They punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who did not return whatsoever to start them off at their 43-yard line with 3:28 remaining in the first. So with the lead, Philadelphia decided to get really aggressive. On 1st and 10 at their 43-yard line, they went for a run that went for negative yards. Minnesota's defense clamped down hard there. On 2nd 12 at their 41-yard line, they went for a run that gained 6 yards. And on 3rd and 6 at their 47, they went for a run that gained 1 yard. So on 4th and 5 at the 48-yard line, they punted the ball back that went past the end zone for a touchback. And with 2:18 remaining in the first quarter, Minnesota's got the ball back. So on 1st and 10, start at the 20-yard line. Minnesota with the pass, and it completed for 34 yards to get him down to the Philadelphia 46-yard line. And then on 1st and 10 at the 46, they went for a pass that threw for 12 yards to get another first down. On 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 34, they went for a run that gained 7 yards. On 2nd 3, they went for another run that gained 1 yard. And on 3rd and 2 at the Philadelphia 26, they went back to pass, and their quarterback suffered another sack of 9 yards to sum up at 4th and 11 at the 35-yard line. And with that, the first quarter was over with Philadelphia leading 3-0. So starting the second quarter, Minnesota would have had to go for a 50-something yard field goal, so they decided not to do it. They punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who got touchback. So on 1st and 10, the first play of the second quarter, Philadelphia had a run that went for 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at their 22. They went for a pass that completed for 8 yards to get the first down. 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 30. They went for a run, which went for 7 yards. 2nd free at the Philadelphia 37. They went for a run that went for 3 yards to convert a first down again. 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 40. They went for a run that gained 5 yards. 2nd 5 at the 45. They went for a run that gained 4 yards. On 3rd and 1 at the 49-yard line, they went for a run again that went for 6 yards to get another first down to get them into Minnesota territory again. On 1st and 10 at the 45, they went for a run that went for 2 yards. On 2nd and 8 at the 43, they went for a pass that completed for 25 yards to get them at the Minnesota 18. And the next play on 1st and 10, they went for a run that gained 3 yards. On 2nd 7 at the 15, they went for a run that gained 1 yard. And on 3rd and 6 at the 14, they went for a pass into the end zone, but it was broken up, incomplete. And on 4th and 6 at the 14, they decided to go for the 31-yard field goal, and it was good. And with just 9:04 remaining in the second quarter, Philadelphia now leads 6-0. So now down by 6, Minnesota got the ball back with no return. Touchback start. 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. They went for a run that gained no yard. 2nd 10 at their 20. They went for a pass that gained 5 yards. And on 3rd and 5 at their 25-yard line, they went back to pass, and their quarterback suffered his 3rd sack of the game for -4 yards. To sum up 4th and 9 at their 21-yard line. They then punted the ball, which only went 32 yards to set up Philadelphia at their 47-yard line with just 7:31 remaining in the first quarter. So Philadelphia's first play, 1st and 10 at their 47, went for a run, gained only 1 yard. 2nd 9 at their 48, they went for a run that gained 2 yards. 3rd and 7 at midfield, they went for a pass that completed for 4 yards, but on 4th and 3, they decided to punt the ball back. That went past the end zone for a touchback. So Minnesota now has the ball back with just 6:09 remaining in the second. So on 1st and 10 at their 20, they went for a pass that went for 8 yards. On 2nd 2 at their 28, they went for another run that gained 1 yard. On 3rd and 1 at their 29-yard line, they went for a run that gained a yard, so converted the first down. 1st and 10 at their 30, they went for a pass, incomplete. On 2nd 10, they went for a pass, incomplete again. On 3rd and 10, they threw another pass that completed for 5 yards. So on 4th and 5, they punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who now has their ball at their 24-yard line with just 3:56 remaining in the second quarter. So 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 24-yard line. They went for a pass that was incomplete. 2nd 10. They went for a run that went for -1 yards. However, their running back fumbled the ball, and Minnesota recovered it deep in Philadelphia territory at their 23-yard line with just 3:59 remaining. And thanks to the defense, Minnesota got their closest to the Philadelphia end zone. So on 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 23, they went for a pass that completed for 7 yards. On 2nd and 3 at the 16, they threw a pass that went for 7 yards to get the first down. At 1st and goal, I mean. So 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. They went for a run that went for 3 yards. 2nd 6 at the Philadelphia 6. They went for a pass that completed for 6 yards, and Minnesota got their first points in the game. The extra point was good, and with that touchdown, with just a minute 36 remaining before halftime, Minnesota now leads 7-6. So with that, Minnesota now leads. So Philadelphia got the ball back, and they returned to 28 yards to sum up at their Philadelphia 33. So with just a minute 26 remaining, 1st and 10 at their 33. They went for a pass that completed for 7 yards. 2nd 3 at the Philadelphia 40. They went for a run that gained no yards, -1 yards. 3rd and 4 at their 39. They went for a run that gained 6 yards. 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 45. They went for a run that went for 8 yards. 2nd 12 now in the Minnesota territory at their 47-yard line. They went for a pass that was incomplete. And with that, the second quarter is over as we now go into halftime with Minnesota leading Philadelphia 7-6. And now for a commercial break. Alright, we're back for the second half of the 2017 UFL title game with Minnesota leading 7-6 over Philadelphia. So Philadelphia got the ball to start the third quarter. They had a kickoff return that went for only 2 yards. So sum up at their 5-yard line. They should have maybe just done touchback instead. So anyways, 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. They went for a run that gained 3 yards. 2nd 7 at the 8. They went for a pass that completed 16 yards to get them at the Philadelphia 24. 1st and 10 at the 24. They went for a run and gained -1 yard. 2nd 11 at the Philadelphia 23. They went for a run that gained 3 yards. 3rd and 8 at the Philadelphia 26. They went for a pass that only went 7 yards. So on 4th and 1 at their 33-yard line, they punted the ball back to Minnesota. And with 12:03 remaining, Minnesota's got the ball and the lead. So on 1st and 10 at their 19-yard line, they went back to pass, and Minnesota's quarterback suffered another sack, a 7-yard loss. That's his 4th sack he suffered today, as that offensive line is being completely destroyed by Philadelphia's front 4. So on 2nd 17 at the Minnesota 12, they went for a pass that was incomplete. On 3rd and 17, they went for a run that gained 4 yards to get them at their 16-yard line. And on 4th and 13, they punted the ball back to Philadelphia, returned it 5 yards to get them at their 35-yard line with 10:24 remaining. So on the 1st and 10, they went for a pass that was incomplete. 2nd 10 at the 35 still. They went for a pass that completed 16 yards to get them to the Minnesota 49. On 1st and 10, they complete a pass of 16 yards again to get them to the Minnesota 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Philadelphia went for a run that gained 1 yard. 2nd 9 at the 32, they went for another run that gained 4 yards. On 3rd and 5 at the 28-yard line, they went for a pass, but it was incomplete. So on 4th and 5 at the Minnesota 28-yard line, they went for the 45-yard field goal, and it was good, as Philadelphia, with just 7:25 remaining in the third quarter, now leads 9-7. So Minnesota got the ball back, and it had no return, starting at their 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, they went for a run that gained 8 yards. On 2nd 2 at their 28, they went for another run that gained 5 yards to get the first down. 1st and 10 at their 33, they went for a run that gained 7 yards. 2nd and 3 at the Minnesota 40, they went for a pass that went for 7 yards to get another first down. On 1st and 10 at their 47, they went for a run that gained 1 yard. On 2nd 9 at their 48, they went for a pass that was incomplete. And then on the next play, they had a delay of game penalty once again. So then on 3rd and 14 now at their 43-yard line, they went for a pass that was incomplete. And with that, they punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who got a touchback. So now 4 minutes and 42 seconds remain. Philadelphia still leads 9-7 in the 3rd quarter. So now starting at their 20-yard line, on 1st and 10, they went for a run that gained 2 yards. However, on the next play, thanks to a 5-yard penalty of too many men on the field by Minnesota, Philadelphia now has 2nd and 3 at their 27-yard line. So on that play, they went for a run that gained 2 yards. On 3rd and 1 at the 29, they went for a pass that converted for first down with a 10-yard pass. So on 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 39-yard line, they went for a pass, and it was completed for 61 yards. It went all the way in for the touchdown, and the extra point was good. And with just a min 6 seconds remaining, Philadelphia now leads Minnesota 16-7. So now Minnesota got the ball back for a touchback. So 1st and 10 at their 20, they went for a pass that gained 5 yards. On 2nd 5 at their 25, they went for a pass that was incomplete. On 3rd and 5, they went for a pass again that was incomplete. And with 26 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, they punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who returned it for -1 yards to sum up at their 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, they went for a pass that was complete. And with that, the 3rd quarter's over. We're down to the final 15 minutes with Philadelphia leading 16-7. So on 2nd 4 at the Philadelphia 34, they went for a pass that was incomplete. On 3rd and 4 at the 34, they went for a pass again that was completed for 8 yards to convert the first down. On 1st and 10 at their 42, they went for a pass that was run that was for 3 yards. On 2nd 7, they went for a pass that was incomplete. On 3rd 7 at their 47, they went for a run that lost 2 yards. So Minnesota's defense clamped down right there, and they punted the ball back to Minnesota with just 13:38 remaining in the game. Started at the 26-yard line on 1st and 10. They went for a pass that was completed for 10 yards to get the first down. On 1st and 10, they went for a run that gained 8 yards. On 2nd 2 at their 44, they went for a run that got 15 yards and got the first down in Philadelphia territory. 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 41, they went for a run that gained 5 yards. 2nd and 5 on the Philadelphia 36. They went for a pass that was incomplete. On 3rd and 5, they went for a pass. However, an illegal motion penalty on Minnesota forced them back to the Philadelphia 41-yard line on 3rd and 10. And on 3rd and 10, they went for the pass that was incomplete again. So they punted the ball back to Philadelphia, who now has it with a 10:35-minute lead left. So on 1st and 10, at their 20, they went for a pass that was incomplete. On 2nd and 10, they went for a run that gained 3 yards. On 3rd and 7 at the 23, they went for a pass that completed for 10 yards to get the first down. On 1st and 10 at the Philly 33, they went for a run that gained 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at the 35, they went for a run that gained a yard. And on 3rd and 7 at the 36, they went for a pass that completed for 20 yards to get into Minnesota territory and a first down. 1st and 10 at the Mini 44, they went for a pass that completed for 9 yards, just short of the first down. 2nd and 1 at the Minnesota 35, they went for a run that gained 3 yards and converted the first down. 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 32, they went for a pass that completed for 13 yards to get another touchdown first down. Now at the Minnesota 19 on 1st and 10, they went for a pass that was incomplete. On 2nd 10, they went for a pass that completed for 8 yards to get them 3rd and 2 at the Minnesota 11. And on 3rd and 2, they went for a run that only gained 1 yard. So on 4th and 1 at the Minnesota 10, they went for the field goal. That was 27 yards, and it was good. And with that, just 4:55 remaining in the game, Philadelphia now leads 19-7. So now Minnesota running out of time. They got to get something going. So they got the ball back, and it went no return to touchback. So 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 20. They went for a pass that completed for 13 yards to get the first down at their 33-yard line. On 1st and 10 at the 33, they went for a run that gained -3 yards. So that was a big loss. On 2nd and 13 at their 30, they went for a pass that completed for 4 yards. On 3rd and 9, they went for a pass that was incomplete. And then the most important passes of all, 4th and 9 at the 34-yard line, with the Philadelphia crowd going nuts now. They went for a pass that completed for 8 yards. Minnesota was 1 yard short, so they turned the ball over with just 2:45 remaining at the Minnesota 42-yard line. So Philadelphia got the ball start off. On 1st and 10, they went for a run that gained 1 yard. And on 2nd 9, they went for a pass that was incomplete. And then on 3rd and 9, with just 2:05 remaining, they went for a pass that was completed for 32 yards to get Philadelphia right at the Minnesota 9. So on the next play on 1st and goal at the 9-yard line, they went for the run and gained a yard. And on the next play, they went to kneel it, and the Tundra had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, starting a pretty big fight in the game too, kind of like what happened with the Seahawks and the Patriots in Super Bowl 49, because I guess they're letting their emotions get to them. And on the next play, the Philadelphia went for a run that gained 1 yard, and that was it. The game is over. Philadelphia beats Minnesota 19-7, and the Philadelphia Pythons are the 2017 UFL Champion, giving Philadelphia their first title since the Philadelphia Soul won their Arena Bowl this season. Although for a Big Four league, this will be Philadelphia's first title since the Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series back in 2008, and their first Pro Football League champion since the Eagles won it back in 1960. And who knows, the Eagles are in the playoffs this year. Maybe they can recover after losing Carson Wentz for the year, so we'll have to wait and see. So congratulations, Philadelphia, for winning the first ever title. They played hard the entire season with one of the best offenses in the league, and it turned out today it was going to be a defensive struggle, as it ended up being, as they won 19-7. And their quarterback, Jason Bartlett, who was 21 of 32, 297 yards and a touchdown, is the MVP of the game. What a heart-disappointing loss for Minnesota, making it all the way this far, especially that ugly finish they had with that fight at the end. But in the end, Philadelphia has done it. And with that, the 2017 UFL season is finally over. But it's going to be a while before we actually do the next season, as we got to do the recap videos, we got to do the show the draft order, we got to do free agencies, retirement, all the stuff you saw that had to do with PFA. Now it's going to be nowhere near as long, as mainly the reason that season was so long is because of the schedule crap. So for the final time, congratulations, the Philadelphia Pythons. You are the first ever UFL champions, the 2017 UFL champions. Hopefully we'll be able to see a repeat next year, and maybe 2018 UFL title game will be even more excited. So see you hopefully one day soon for the 2018 UFL season.